Continue. Yes. I'm going to spotlight my screen. Okay. So this is our agenda for this coming hour. Yeah, so we will have a check-in together. You checked in just now with yourself. But yeah, kind of we check in as well with each other. Okay, what's going on in this space, in this collective space that we create together. And we will address 3 topics. Yeah, so the first one is about getting out of your head and into your body, and also about creative self-expression. You will actually experience this. I will guide you gently to experience how is it like to connect the mind and the body. And we will also cover, like after this 1 hour, I really want that you have, a motivation. I will take this action and how to do it with accountability. And I will introduce also my program on rebuilding your home within. So this is something that's new. So I'm excited to share that with you. Perhaps it's relevant for some of you. All right. Okay. So just to check, do any of these feel true to you, my dear fellow survivors? That perhaps like there's a bit of frustration because recovery, I know from my own experience, it's not like a straight line. There are often like setbacks and some winding route, or you may be feeling that you miss supporters and cheerleaders in your life, in your recovery journey, or perhaps you have this a longing for more safe spaces to just express what's going on inside, what's really going on inside. Because I know like from my own story, it is like often a struggle to open up, and to have that safe space is something that that it's not readily available. Or perhaps like you feel that making changes feel overwhelming or challenging. Because I'm quite sure you know a lot already. You have a lot of self-awareness, self-knowledge, a lot of tools, but to make the actual change in your life, it could be, like, where do I start? So could you pop in the chat, like which one you feel true to you? Perhaps like just 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay. All right. So some mix. Okay, some frustration. A lot of force. I saw that making that actual change is a challenge, but also, okay. Some of you experience all of them are true, are resonating. Okay. Yeah. And it's all a bit like interrelated, like all these challenges, I would say. Okay, so if you resonate with any or all of these, then you're in the right place. So and before we start into the content, I would really love to invite you to reflect on this. So why did you show up here? And specifically, you can kind of even focus it down, like, okay, what kind of impact do you want to create in your own life? So why did you join the session? What are you hoping to create afterwards? And I can share my own why I showed up here. So if you know me a bit, like, you probably know my history a little bit. So I'm Indonesian, born and raised in Indonesia. And I actually came to Europe as a career expat. So first as a master's student, and I was studying something completely different. I was studying computer science. And yeah, I went to Sweden on scholarship for my master, and then I moved to the Netherlands. I got a PhD position in design engineering. And throughout this journey, I struggled a lot actually with some culture shock, and also a mix of loneliness, and also some old family trauma was catching up with me. And it blew up into a clinical depression. Yeah, so I'm a survivor. And then, like, on my journey, I discovered, a lot of tools that were helping me, like mindfulness and getting in touch with my creativity, and also connecting the body and the mind. Yeah, because I was so much in my head. And that also led me to study again to become a dance movement psychotherapist. So this is a profession in the clinical healthcare. And I really want to make my impact in supporting the survivors to rebuild their life beyond therapy, because I know firsthand it is a challenging transition. And of all these questions, how can I sustain my well-being? Do I have my safety net? And the well-being is really the foundation for everything else. Also, like our career or business, or or family life or relationships as well. So yeah, that's why I showed up here. Yeah, kind of to make that impact, and also advocacy, building community. And I know very well the ups and downs, the progress and setbacks. So my goal, like, if after this workshop you would go like, yeah, yes, it's tough, I know, but I can do this. I got the resources and the support. That's a big win for me. So welcome to share your why. You can also share in the chat. Yes, all right. I'm reading some of your whys. You like to learn more, Yuta, be able to supporting other survivors in their way. Okay, to use creative energy, and also in the work, in the professional setting as well. Okay, creativity and the body. All right, yes, we will cover all those. I'm excited. All right, so we go to our first stop. So I'm quite new also with this cool system with video presentation. Okay, so get out of the head. Why do we need to get out of the head? Yeah, so as a high achiever recovering from mental health challenge or from depression, you may be too analytical for your own good. Yeah, so much in the head, and our mind, creates a lot of thoughts, and it is also the nature of the challenge that some of these thoughts are quite non-serving, quite discouraging, quite destructive, and sometimes it can make us really uncomfortable and troubled as well, like by the thoughts that we produce. So you can reflect this with your own situation, like, okay, what thoughts are sometimes occupying your mind, and how are you navigating them, and also the feelings, the emotions that they trigger. And also check in as well, like, how do they, these thoughts, this emotion, these feelings, how do they affect your relationships? So perhaps like this is an exhausting process for you. Yeah, kind of like I hear also like from your sign up form, okay, there's so much overthinking, overanalyzing, and I'm very familiar with that as well. Self-doubt, and also kind of dealing with our inner critic, which can get really strong when we are especially struggling with our mental health, and also a lot of worrying about like what happened in the past or what could happen in the future. So just pop in the chat if you relate to any of this. And there are many layers, and kind of forms of experiences. Okay, right, overanalyzing, yes, overthinking, overanalyzing, inner critic, yeah, that's also kind of a manifestation of this, and worrying, yeah. So yeah, I relate to all of this, by the way. I have been like in that, yeah, this whole journey, and I'm still there sometimes, but then like, okay, there's more awareness, and there's also more resource that I can use to navigate that. But yeah, it is all very relevant, like in our recovery, to realize, okay, this is exhausting us, this is sucking our energy. That's why we need also to have the resource tools to navigate this process. So I want to introduce you to your mind. Yeah, your mind, which is by nature really like a wild monkey. So it's jumping from one branch of thought to another one, and it's, yeah, it's sometimes really naughty, like you don't want to go someplace, but the monkey is going there anyway. So say your mind visits a certain thoughts or perhaps a certain memory, and there's actually a lot going on in the body. Yeah, it triggers biochemical rush in your body, and naturally, actually, like there's also the biochemical flush, which like after 60 to 90 seconds, so it's not that long actually. If you're able to just be with that wave of whatever it is, feeling that is triggered by the thought or by the memory. So yeah, so this biochemical reaction, yeah, it is what creates the body and physical sensations. So you may feel that together with some emotions, but actually it is, the body and the physical sensations come first, and they are what our brain interpret as what we experience as emotion. So yeah, just in short, what we feel emotionally is in the body. And that's why it's really important that we get into our body. Yeah, because it has a lot of wisdom. So yeah, there is emotions, yeah, what we covered just now, and also our stress response. When we feel threatened, oh, there's like this stress response, or like we are in that survival mode, like, okay, there's this, perhaps you've heard of fight, flight, freeze reaction. So they are all experienced in our body. And even if you think you are good in hiding your emotions, you are good in hiding your stress, the body can't lie. So there's this biochemical rush and flush, and also the hormonal shift like going on inside. And how we can return to our balance, which is, yeah, this self-regulation skills, has got to involve the body. Yeah, we cannot just do it up here. And also beware that yeah, this flush may not happen so smoothly. Yeah, so these emotions or the stress, they can get stuck in our body. And over time, this kind of stuck emotion or this chronic stress can manifest as physical disease or pain. Yeah, and also the, yeah, kind of this, if we are caught in that fight, flight, freeze response, that's kind of the modern day trauma. Yeah, so we don't have to experience like a big overwhelming tragedy or event, but like all these things, like when they pile up, that becomes also kind of trauma, because it is kind of, we are caught in that survival mode, in that fight, flight, freeze. And also how we feel inside, yeah, our inner world, how we feel inside, our personality, your life story, it shows in how you carry your body, in your non-verbal. So your body is really a self-expressive vehicle on this planet. But it doesn't work only one way. Yeah, so the other direction also works. When you change how you live inside your body, you can change also your inner world. And yeah, I give you a couple more, but I think you show up here, you want to understand this, why the body. So making that connection, the body-mind connection, more conscious, you also increase actually your awareness and choice. Yeah, and when I speak of choice, yeah, there are, of course, like you sometimes imagine, oh, I have to make a big choice, do I want to move abroad or do I stay in my country? But yeah, or do I change job and so on? But actually it's that moment to moment choices that matter the most in our life. Yeah, and that also something that we tune in through our body. And the more you broaden your movement vocabularies, the more options you have in dealing with various life stress. Yeah, because we are aware, we can make that a step-by-step change with our body and mind working together in unison. So I know change can be in the mind, in the mindset, and that's also powerful. But to really integrate it into our whole system as a living being, yeah, that's really like when change starts to happen. And there's a lot of foundation in neuroscience about this, in our neuroplasticity, that we are actually really adaptable, adaptable creature. So with that, actually, I would love to invite you to experience, and take a dip into this wonderful resource that is our body. And we are going to, gently make that connection, our mind and body. So are you ready? If you're ready, just kind of wave your hand or raise your hand. We're going to do an exercise. Yeah, you get ready on your seat. Okay, someone raised his digital hand. Okay, good to know that you are ready for this exercise. All right, so you can close your eyes if you feel that's helpful, or you can just gaze softly. Yeah, you don't worry about like always staring at the screen. Just be be in that self space of yours. And first stop is really to recognize our breath or breathing as the anchor. You can start by noticing your breath. When am I breathing in? When am I breathing out? And notice with breathing in, there's a sense of expansion. And with breathing out, a sense of release. So on breathing out, when you can sense that sense of release, on breathing out, release a bit of your weight. So perhaps via your hips. Now, how is it to really release your weight to your chair? Or perhaps via your feet. Just release the weight of your legs to the ground. And we are going to take half a minute, to practice non-judgment. And we are only observing where our monkey mind goes. So only observing, where your monkey goes, resisting any temptation to chase it around. And register to any thoughts that come up. Be open to anything. And allow the monkey to roam free just for this brief moment. And I would love to invite you to build on that, the practice of noticing. So you can still stay with your eyes closed and just be aware when there is movement, when there is stillness. And it's not like one is good, the other is bad. Just notice, movement is okay, stillness also okay. And also notice how you are feeling right now. Perhaps there are some body sensations that you notice. Is a certain part of your body asking for attention, perhaps? Is there somewhere where it feels a bit stuck? What kind of shift or what kind of movement does it ask for? And if it helps you, you are welcome to stand up or move away from your desk, if that's what you need. Yeah. And being aware also, whether you are in movement or you are in stillness, being aware of the multi-dimensional shape of your body or your posture. How is my breathing in this posture? Is there any tension building up? If so, where is it? Or is there also somewhere where you feel solid support that you can ease into? If your pose right now inspired a statue or a work of art, what would be the title? And what would be the story behind it? Okay, my cat is joining us, but just stay focused on what you're doing and your reflection. Hey, Mau. Okay, and I'd love to invite you to connect again with your why at the beginning of this session. Yeah, you remember, okay, you are formulating perhaps the impact you want to create in your life. How does it look like for you? this impact you want to create in your life. And can you shift into that shape or posture that empowers you? And it could be a very subtle shift. No worries. It is also a shift. Or it can be a really big shift, perhaps like big movement. There's no good, there's no bad. But in this shift, feel your rhythm as well. Yeah, is it a slow and gentle transition? Or is it, fast, a bit urgent, a bit sudden? Is it effortful or does it feel easy? And find a transition to a new shape that feels good for you. And also ask yourself, how do you know when it feels good? What do you sense? Okay, and we are kind of wrapping up this exercise, connecting it also with your life right now. Does this shift in movement, in posture, does it connect with the shift that's happening or that's needed in your life right now? And take that into your awareness. Yeah, and I'd love to invite you to gently kind of wrap up this experience and take a couple of minutes to process the experience just now by writing it down or by drawing. Yeah, there's also whatever means of expression that works for you. Or perhaps you need to move your body more. That's also possible. And to inspire you, here are some prompts. So what is it? Like I was, these are some prompts that can help your reflection. I was, I am, I will be. And I'd love to invite your sharing, if you're comfortable with it. There's no obligation that you have to speak up. If you want to share, but you don't want to your voice to be heard in this session, to be recorded, you can put in the chat as well what stood out for you in this experience.
I'll share. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, for me, I think my biggest struggle lately has just been not ever being able to actually rest. Either my mind is going or my body is going. And so when I was, you know, doing the exercise and breathing, and I just kind of naturally ended up in a comfortable position. And when you asked about what title would my posture be, I thought rest in peace.
Yeah.
That's it.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, sorry, I'm hearing something else.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. And then it just made me, kind of start thinking about, why is that a phrase that we only use once people have died? Like, we never encourage rest and peacefulness. There's a lot of hustle culture and grind culture and all of that. So yeah, that's just kind of what came up for me. And that's what I'm trying to connect with. And I think, like, being a high achiever, overachiever for a very long time, I'm at the point where I just don't want to achieve anything at all. I just want to rest. I just want to be. So yeah, that's just what came up for me.
Yeah. Thank you so much for voicing this so beautifully. And this rest in peace. I got it. Like, okay, it's like when you say when someone dies, but why not us, the living, can also enjoy those moments of rest and also peace.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I know from I can connect with my own experience, like as a this high achiever mindset, because we are so used to work hard and work long, work fast, and then that's usually when results, like, okay, then I get results, but it doesn't apply apparently in the recovery journey. Like, we also need those rest moment, that moment where we feel the space and then things start to integrate. Well, wonderful reflection, Christina. Perhaps another person would like to share. You are invited, but no obligation. Okay. So Yuta shared, after expanding the muscles, I feel ready for the playground. Okay. Flexible playground that invites joy, playfulness, and freedom. Yeah. Would you like to elaborate more, Yuta? Or if you want.
Yeah, it's weird because after stretching my muscles, I feel power and something like, well, I'm ready for the playground. And my answer for your question was, I like to learn more skills and how to supporting others. And I know a lot of skills from different therapies, acceptance and commitment therapy, and so on. And for me, I have the picture, I have to be like a playground, flexible, and some coaching needs a slide, or I have to interact to the coach's needs. So
yes.
for me, and for me myself, I feel a lot of freedom because it's this way I like to work and I like to interact with life for itself.
Wonderful. Yes. It is also learning life skills. It takes also that that playfulness. We learn best when we are playful also. But sometimes, like when we are in a space that we feel a lot of pressure, or we feel some really heavy emotion, that it's harder to tap into that energy of being playful and being flexible. Okay. Thank you for sharing your experience. I will move on to the to the, to the next kind of the bridge from what you experience just now into your life. Actually, that's the real playground. Yeah. So from your experience just now, perhaps it tickles you, is there something or is there anything that you'd like to change in your life? Yeah, just think about it, like perhaps like at the moment nothing comes up, but it could also come later on. Yeah. And yes, Yuta.
Is this a question? Should we answer on this?
Yes, you answer for yourself. Yeah, we can share more like later after my presentation. So what is the smallest thing that you can start, today, like towards this change? And I'm just summing up here from all the, the theories, the science, from behavior and mindset change. This is really how you can activate yourself and how to keep your motivation going. To really start with the smallest, easiest action that you can do right now, yeah, towards the change you're looking towards, and to keep at it. So make it a habit instead of a goal. Yeah, and these questions help you to create that habit, kind of the where, the when, the how long, how often, who with, and perhaps what do you need to make that happen. And some example of, like if you make goals, it can look like, okay, I need to get this and that to make me happy, or I need to lose this much kilograms so I can get confident. But with the habit, you can make that also in a very compassionate way, in a restful way, no pressure way. Yeah. So for instance, like, okay, after getting up of the, every morning, I just make tea and just sit 5 minutes, check in with myself. And perhaps I prepare my notebook. If I want to write, I'll do that. So that's an example how you can approach it. Instead of making goals, you can just set up some habits that, that is not too disruptive, that's not too dramatic to what you're currently doing. Because this needs also to integrate in your, in your life system. And it is, again, I want to stress, it is that moment to moment, that little changes that matter the most. Yeah, so a lot of us think like, okay, if I change my house, I will be happy. Or if I change, all these big decisions, if I change, I don't know, if I change my partner, I will be happy. Or, but it's those little changes, like for instance, like what you already practiced in the beginning. Okay, what can make me comfortable right now? What do I need for myself to stay engaged, to learn from this session? Or perhaps it's also this moment to moment choice. Okay, do I cook dinner now, or do I keep scrolling on my phone? So just jot down a couple of keywords. And if anyone wants to share, you can also use that as a way of creating that accountability. There's space perhaps for 1 or 2 persons. Okay, if not, that's also, you can create your own self accountability if you answer the questions, okay, the where, the when, the how, and just just do that starting tomorrow, starting today. Okay, so if you found today, all this creative exploration with the body as well, the reflection, if you found this useful, so I have this beautiful offering that I would love to share with you. Yeah, so I have, it's quite new also, that's why it's exciting for me, like how I form it, because it's this new format of a 6-month coaching. And I call it the Rebuild Your Home Within. Yeah, because that's something that we so need sometimes, like in our recovery journey, like, like there are so many external factors, but we need to come back to this ground zero, this home within. And it is for high achievers, survivors, advocates who want to move from merely existing, merely surviving, to really thriving and blossoming and living their full life. And in this program, you can experience massive healing and transformation in a way that empowers you. And because I work really personalized, I'm also very selective with who I work with. Yeah, so and definitely I'm looking for the personal click, because it is also a 6-month journey. It's like half a year, so it is kind of a intense work together. So who I work with, it's high achiever survivors, depression survivors, who are willing and is a committed participant in their own recovery. And you've probably started the inner work, and you are ready to start integrating what you know, all the tools, all the knowledge, what you know, into your life system. And you have, or you are willing to create mental and emotional space to engage in coaching. So who I don't work with, if I don't work with the people who are currently in the deepest pit of their depression, or in severe depression, because that means also like there's not yet the mental or emotional space to rebuild. Yeah, but if you know, or if you are in that space, please do seek professional help and reach out if you need help to navigate this. If you match, this profile who I work with, you do need to make that decision rather soon, because I only work with limited clients at one time. And if you say yes to this invitation, this could be a program that changed your life. Like some of my clients, they shared about their massive transformation. Like my client M, she's really blossoming as a transformational coach and also an author after she dropped the shame of her trauma. Or my client Claudine, who's finally made sense of her trauma, her own story, and also her inner resources, because like the work, the multimodality of it, involving the body, it really facilitated that things fell into place, so that can really unlock like new mindset and new behavior shift. Or my client Lodi was really transformed from feeling lonely and isolated, and she really dared to open up with vulnerability, because like things, usually when things are getting personal, that's where we feel a big challenge to reach out or to open up. And I have also a client who's really actually apprehensive about therapy, but he had a lot of grief to process. and he's found working with me, really supporting him emotionally. And these are really accomplished professionals. Yeah, they're high achievers, like you and myself as well. But yeah, we have those things that we can process more, to be able to rebuild further our life. And this is how I'd love to support you. So in a way that creating that foundation as well for a healthier, happier life, and also really taking the consistent action for self-care, and also for practicing your resilience, your compassion skills, and also to address some of the perhaps like there's stuck emotions, stuck trauma, so that you can release them and step into flow. And this is also a lot about self-expression. Yeah, I think that's something very very healing, like in a lot of mental health challenge, because like through it, like we can also discover our authentic self, and therein our purpose and our passion as well. And I do this in a really hands-on way, like with a lot of practice, and even though it's for high achievers, but baby steps are really encouraged. And yeah, like one client who's here today, he's successfully weaved in like his wonderful practices in his day-to-day routine, like his walking meditation, or writing short poems about it, and also practicing compassion and empathy, like in various settings, and also talking to the inner child. That's kind of all part of this work, and it's always personalized what can support you. So the practical aspects are, for this 6-month coaching program, you get half a day strategy session with me, one-on-one, and we have 12 coaching sessions over 6 months, so that's roughly every other week, and also a super personalized action plan, and including direct support from me via Voxer. So it's like a walkie-talkie app. Yeah, so you can use it like for just check-in or accountability, but also like for some feedback. Perhaps you face some challenging situation, and then you'd like to unravel it together. And in addition to this one-on-one work, I have also a bonus offer for my clients, which is this unlimited inner circle membership, which is hosted in it's in a safe, secure, non-Facebook platform, because I'm really kicking off Facebook of my life, where you get access to mini trainings like this one, and also connecting space. Where is it? Yeah. So safe connecting space with each other, sharing, and also that you experience peer support through this community. So your investment for this program is 6,000 euros with flexible payment plan. Yeah, so for instance, like you can split it into a year, like a monthly payment, or if you pay in full, then it's 5,000. And if this is something that you need right now, you can book a call with me, and let's navigate the how to personalize it even further to your specific needs. So yeah, this is really kind of invitation from the heart, because I know a lot of us really want that support after we manage to overcome the storm, like how to rebuild afterwards. And I just want to share this beautiful reflection feedback from my clients. It is kind of with this very visual component. It is like a storm, a really big storm, but how do we safely navigate outside and continue our path further? And it is about, coming home to yourself and rebuilding your home within. That's your ground where you can grow. So that is, what I have to share. Yeah, and now like we have questions actually we have time for questions and answer. Yeah, for sure we have questions. And I'm gonna stop recording so that that it is kind of a space that no one else can see. How do I stop recording? All right, stop recording.